Hi Nana, what are you doing?
Hi Tika.
You look so stressed. Do you have any problem?
Yes. Actually, I have seen some news about some people. They got penalty because of the income tax.
So now you are worried about the penalty too?
Yes. Because I never pay for my income tax before this.
So can I know how much your yearly income? Is it more than 34,000?
Yes, it is more than 34,000.
So if your income for yearly is more than 34,000, I think you are really entitled to do your income tax.
Yes, I think so, but I have never registered for my income tax. So can you help me to register my income tax?
Yeah, sure. Before this, I have experience to do income tax, but I think we can use e-filing. That's more convenient, which is you can save your cost and time, and you just can do through online.
Alright, so let's start to do the e-filing.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Taxpayers can start submitting their income tax return form through the e-filing system starting from 1st March of every year. This method of e-filing is becoming popular among taxpayers for its simplicity and user-friendliness. The deadline of e-filing usually on 30th April. So, how to file income tax? If this is your first time filing your tax through e-filing, don't worry, this video will assist you. Now, let me get started on how to apply income tax online. First, if you have never filed your tax before on e-filing Income Tax Malaysia, go to edaftar.hasil.gov.my where you can apply online for the registration of income tax file for individuals and companies. Click on Borang Pendapatan Online in the first tab of e-Daftar and then you will have to fill up the form for registration. Then, after you have filled up the form, you will have to reconfirm your information. Your application number will be presented after confirmation. It is important for you to note down your application number for future reference. Scroll down from your application number and click on Muat Naik di sini to upload a copy of your identity card. You have 14 days to upload it, and your identity card must fulfill the following requirement, which is 1. Just scan the front of your identity card showing your name and IC number clearly. 2. File must be in GIF format. 3. File size must be between 40K and 60K. 4. file name must be in alphanumeric only. Once you have uploaded your identity card, all you have to do is to wait for the confirmation from LHDN with your PIN to create an account for e-filing. This usually happens within a week. You also can check the status of your application here. Second, go to e-filing website. Once you have gotten your PIN, here are the steps on how to file income tax in Malaysia. If you already have the PIN from LHDN or an account for e-filing, you can proceed to LHDN official website. Click on Easy Hasil and then click on My Tax. This will lead you to the main page of the e-filing system. Next, key in your MyCard identification number without the dash and your password. If you are a first-timer, click on Login kali pertama. Then, fill in your PIN and identity card number to register for an account. Then, once you have logged in, you will be shown a list of features available on e-filing. To begin filing your tax, click on e-Borang under e-filing. Here is the example list of income tax forms and the income tax deadline for year 2018. After clicking on e-Borang, then you will be shown a list of income tax forms. If you are an individual with non-business income, choose Income Tax Form BE and choose the assessment year 2017. Remember, you filed for 2017 income tax in 2018. So, you will file for 2018 income tax next year in 2019. Then, in the first section of the form, Maklumat Individu, you can check your details displayed on the form. Make changes if the form is displaying incorrect information or does not display your latest information. There will also be a layak menuntut insentif di bawah section 127, which refers to claiming incentive under section 127 of the Income Tax Act 1976. This incentive such as exemption under provision of paragraph 127 in bracket 3 in bracket B or subsection 127 in bracket 3A of ITA 1976, which is claimable as per Government Gazette or with a Minister Approval Letter. If you are not entitled to such exemption, choose Tidak Berkenaan. Below that, you will see melupuskan aset di bawah Akta Cukai Keuntungan Harta Tanah 1976, which refer to any disposal of asset under the Real Property Gain Tax RPGT 1976. If you have not disposed or sold any real estate, just select Tidak. Additionally, you can read up about RPGT at the LHDN website. If you would like your income tax return 2018 to be banked into your bank account directly, this is where you need to fill in your bank account detail. LHDN has numerous times assured taxpayer that bank account detail will be safeguarded and not shared with any other parties. Next, in the second section, pendapatan berkanun, jumlah pendapatan dan pendapatan tahun kebelakangan yang belum dilaporkan, you can key in your income details according to the relevant categories. The second step is to fill in the approved donation and gift amount. Refer to our tax deduction section to understand more about this deduction. Remember, you must ensure the organization you donate to is approved by LHDN. If unsure, you can check the status of the charitable organization on LHDN website. Check if the total monthly tax deduction or PCD display is correct. You can find this information in the EA form provided by your company. If you have not declared any income in the previous year, this is where you declare it. For undeclared income from previous year, fill in the subsection pendapatan tahun kebelakangan yang belum dilaporkan at the end of this section. After that, in the third section, pelepasan rebate tolakan cukai atau pelepasan cukai. Key in your tax relief, tax rebates and tax exemption. Check out the out tax relief section to see the latest income tax relief 2018 Malaysia for the year of assessment 2017. Understand the tax relief available and identify which are applicable to you to ensure you spend wisely and save on your income tax. Make sure you retain the proof of purchase or spending for the item you are claiming for up to 7 years. Once you have filled up all the relief and rebates, the system will automatically calculate your tax and you will know if you have balance or excess in income tax payment. This can be seen in the last section, rumusan. Your total tax will be shown in the first red box in the screenshot above. After deducting your monthly tax deduction or PCB, if there is an excess or income tax return, it will be shown in the second red box in the screenshot. Now we have reached the final step. The final step is to declare that all the information provided is true. Then you need to electronically sign the form and send it in by clicking on tanda tangan and hantar. If you would like to check or change any information, click on kembali. Meanwhile, if you are having trouble with the Bahasa Malaysia form, you can use Google Translate to read the form in your desired language.
So now we already settled the e-filing. So after this, you can do your e-filing for the next coming year. It's easy, right?
Yes, thank you very much. I think it is more easier to use the e-filing rather than I go to the counter to make the payment. Yes. So thank you again.
There are also 5 benefits for Malaysians who file their income tax early. First, eliminate tax deadline stress. Though filing taxes may be unpleasant task, it's best to get it out of the way as soon as possible. Give yourself a fake deadline, well ahead of the deadline to get your tax filed. It's always best to get it done as soon as possible so that you do not get tangled among the last-minute rush taxpayer. Begin your preparation and execute your income tax e-filing process as soon as possible. Remember, not to rush through the process. That's how mistakes happen. And when it comes to tax, those mistakes can come with a huge ringgit sign. Get started early so you have time to get the job done right. Second, Malaysians also have more time to plan out financial. When you file your tax, you will know exactly how much you will have to pay or how much refund you can get back. However, you won't have to pay in full until the filing deadline on April 30. Preparing your income tax e-filing early will give you enough time to arrange your payment, if any. The more time you have to come up with the money, the less likely you are to crack your budget or drain your emergency fund to pay off. Third, you can also faster tax refund by make your e-filing early. Filing your income tax electronically and giving the correct bank account detail will enable the Inland Revenue Board Malaysia (IRBM) to deposit the refund directly into your bank account. It is by far the fastest and most efficient way to get your income tax returns. Your tax returns, big or small, can come in handy when cash is tight, or you can easily plan where to invest it. Taxpayers using e-filing typically get their refund credited directly into their bank account within 30 days after the income declaration is made. Next, You also can protect your income tax return from identity theft. Filing income tax early may not eliminate the threat or identity theft, but it can protect your refund. The purpose of a fraudulent tax return is undoubtedly to pocket your tax refund. This scam occurs early in the tax season, well before most taxpayers file. In 2015 alone, there were 5 cases of cheating and attempt to cheat tax record, involving tax refund of almost 200,000 ringgit. If you file tax early, the IRBM will automatically reject the fraudulent application under your name. Take every possible precaution to keep your income tax detail private and confidential and reduce the risk significantly by filing your tax early. Last but not least, this is the most important benefit that all Malaysians should know. By making e-filing early, you can avoid paying penalty. If you fail to file your tax return before the April 30 deadline, you will be liable to pay a penalty. You might think that you have plenty of time to prepare your e-filing as end of April might seem far away, but you can't predict what can happen suddenly. You might sit down at the last minute to do your taxes only to discover that something is making your tax situation more complicated and you won't have time to figure it out before you submit your income tax. Planning for additional tax relief or gathering receipts from the previous year may take time. There could be 3 possibilities in this situation, which is overclaiming your relief, missing out some relief, or missing your tax filing deadline altogether. All of this scenario cost money. If not in missing your relief, it's paying a hefty penalty. Why risking making a rash mistake that could lead to a costly audit? Avoid the possibility of being late and owing more, or worse, wasting money on penalty, which could have been easily channeled elsewhere. Put your best foot forward and march out early to file your tax. Typically save you from the hassle of any last-minute rush. Avoiding procrastination can give you a lot of peace of mind. So, remember, file your tax today.